Yo, what's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video, and in this video, we're going to be covering a topic that one of you guys actually sent me. Magikarp GG asks, how do you feel about companies like Ubisoft, Sony, Square Enix announcing games years before it's even finished, and when the game is finally released, it's a different game than the one they originally showed? So I think the reason why Magikarp GG is asking this question, at least I'd like to assume, is all the controversy that's going on with The Division right now. That game was severely downgraded. Everybody's playing the beta right now. You can tell the game was downgraded, and the game's coming out soon, and there's a lot of mixed opinions with that game. Maybe that's not the reason why he asked, because this is something that's been going on for a little bit right now. Ubisoft did this with Watch Dogs, like I said, The Division, Witcher 3 had a downgrade. There's a lot of games that are having visual downgrades and other downgrades in other areas. Magikarp GG also brought up Sony. Sony in 2009 revealed Last Guardian, and while that game hasn't been altered all that much, it has taken a long time for that game to finally be released. And in 2006, Square Enix revealed Final Fantasy 15, and that game hasn't even been released, but it does look like that's coming in 2016. So I kind of have mixed opinions on this. I get why developers and publishers do this. Obviously, when you do a massive reveal of a game at a stage like E3, you want to present the best looking game possible. I understand that. And maybe all they've really worked on is getting the game running ground up, and they really haven't worked on porting the game to the console, so it does look much better than what the end result actually is. My issue really is all these developers and publishers announcing their games years before they are finished, like Magikarp GG brought up. Like, I'm just sick and tired of games being announced 2 years, 3 years, maybe even 10 years before they're released. Obviously, in a scenario where a game's been in development for 10 years, the developers didn't intend for that to happen, but I digress and you probably get my point. I just think revealing a game 2 years even before it's ready to be released is just idiotic. I'll use The Division for an example. In 2013, when that game was initially revealed, everybody was stoked for it. That was one of the most anticipated games from E3 that year, and everybody was like, holy shit, we've got to play The Division. Years go by, the game isn't released. We see it at E3 2015, and it just seems like the hype for the game has died off by a lot. Now, obviously, The Division has faced some delays, but instead of revealing a game 2 years before it's ready to be released, why not reveal it 6 or 8 months before it's ready to be released? Because at that point, it's almost done. There's no more delaying that needs to be done, because Ubisoft already knows, hey, we're almost done with this game, we're definitely gonna meet that deadline. Imagine if The Division came out at E3 2015, it was this big game Ubisoft was revealing, and they said, by the way, you get to play this game March of next year, so it's just around the corner. At that point, gamers' hype would have been sustained, people would have still been excited for the game, and you wouldn't have even had to downgrade the game because you were showing off a near-finished product. Bethesda did this with Fallout 4, and look at the sales of Fallout 4. It's not like hype was killed off by that game. Fallout 4 had a lot of hype. And what happens is rumors are gonna get out. People are gonna start hyping up games before they're even revealed. That's gonna happen regardless. That's what happened with Fallout 4. Like, it wasn't a secret that Bethesda was working on Fallout 4. Everybody and their mothers knew that they were developing Fallout 4. But the fact that we didn't see anything only made hype greater. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, and maybe Ubisoft has learned from their mistakes, and a lot of other developers do this too. Like, I don't understand why Japanese developers have to announce their games 3 years before they are released. Whenever Square Enix announces a new mainline Final Fantasy game, these days it takes at least 4 years for that game to come out. Even with Final Fantasy 13, that game was announced in, I believe, 2006, only was released in 2010. Just stop with that shit. I don't think hype can be sustained for that long. Just reveal your game when it's a near finished product. It's not that hard, I don't really think. Obviously, there are times where you want to shake things up a little bit and you want to reveal your game a year or two before it's ready to be released. Okay, I can get that. But this constant thing with a bunch of developers coming out at E3 showing off their games, and then with a lot of them, they just get delayed and then delayed and then delayed and then delayed. Just enough with that shit. A lot of people need to take notes from Bethesda and how they handled the hype leading into Fallout 4. I thought they did a masterful job with that. I'm not saying every game has to be like that, but it would be nice if once in a while games could be like that. And there are some instances where a long wait does amplify the hype for a game. I think Final Fantasy 15 is a game where the long wait has made people more excited to play that game, but for a lot of games that don't have the name value of Final Fantasy, I don't agree with the games being revealed years before their release. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I thought Magikarp GG brought up a great topic, and if you have a topic for a future video, leave it in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.